Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early January 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My God, Spirit Team, talk to me. What do you got for Pisces, gang? What do you got for us in the beginning of a brand new calendar year? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces in early January, getting very close to birthday season, my friends. Only a couple months out, right? Let's get this first card going. What is the vibe in 2025? What's happening here for my good friends? Oh, there we go. Yeah. Oh, all right. This is a different one. And I said this is a very rare one. It showed up for another sign this week. I can't quite remember which one, but the femme fatale is not a common card to show up here in general readings. So it's very alluring. It's very tempting. There's a super strong confidence attached to this card as well. And there's a lot of in-depth symbolism, as I'm sure you could see. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this beautiful femme fatale figure. So we see this lovely lady in red. She is standing there. Looks pretty innocent for the most part, right? And she does remind me of the Queen of Wands. That's why I say this is a very confident energy. So for some Pisces, maybe you're burning a little hot in this time. Maybe you're feeling great. Maybe you're feeling good. Hopefully you're not feeling not confident. Hopefully that's not the case. But to me, this card is alluring, like it pulls things in. There's a certain magnetism to it. Now, the one thing I do have to mention, if you look at the symbolism, she's holding a red rose. Roses have thorns. If you look on the bottom, there's Venus flytraps, which secrete a sweet smell that pulls insects in. So there could be certain things that are very tempting to you in this time, and Spirit could be telling you to be a little bit cautious about it. It's like, all right, Pisces, that might be very tempting. Just be cautious, take it easy, take it slow, especially if there's certain things you're trying to refrain from in this time. So aside from that, temptation and all that good stuff, there's a certain confidence here, which I think is really beautiful. So, I guess it depends on your situation, right, my friends? So we're going to put her right there. Not going to mess with her anymore. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive, juicy stuff. What's happening here for Pisces, gang? Please, let's get this deck shuffled up. Yeah, and just something about that femme fatale. It's like an energy. It's like pulling me in for whatever reason. Let's shuffle it up. And while we shuffle this up, let's talk about last week's reading. Beautiful energy. So again, I'm sure some of you might be going through some choppy waters. There might be some things that are up and down, but last week's reading was titled A Massive Win. Now, I know wins come in all different shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's career, sometimes it's personal victories, sometimes it's interpersonal relationships or monetary things, but I felt something great coming in. So if you've been going through problematic times, it's like, all right, we have a nice wave of good energy approaching Pisces. So we're going to hope to keep that going. Let's see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Pisces, gang, in early January. What's happening? What do we got here for our good friends? Oh, there we go. Okay. We have the 9 of Wands in position number 1. Okay, I usually like an action card to start us off, but remember, this is just the beginning. It's like someone building a wall there. There could be something they're skeptical about or just on guard about. 9 of Swords, double 9s. Okay, this is not going the way I thought it was going to go, Pisces, but that's okay. We're going to roll with the punches, right? We're a mutable sign for a reason. Let's get one more card out here. One more card. What do we got? All right, Queen of Pentacles. Now this is some stability right here on the back end, which I do think is a good thing, especially in conjunction with all the energies we're already seeing. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I like that we have a nice even mixture of elements happening here. We have some fire, we have some air. You always know when you combine the two, they can be a little volatile and explosive, so an energy that's out of nowhere. But we have this beautiful Queen of Pentacles on the back end with that earthy energy that seems to ground things down. So it's like, all right, something might be a little off, but it's not getting chaotic. So I think that's okay, especially with the repeating numbers that we already have showing up. There's a lot of spiritual ties here. So this should be a layered one. This should be a very intriguing reading this week, Pisces. And again, this could be different areas of life too. But let's just go through piece by piece and start to build this out. So position number one, we're starting with the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior. And we see this person, it's like they built a wall out of wands and they got the bandage on the head. This could represent someone that's been through a few things, they've been through a few battles, and they don't want to go through them again. This could represent recovery or bouncing back. So if you've had any health things recently, when I see this, it's like, all right, I'm on the mend or I'm getting better. This is an energy of skepticism. Okay, so whether it's a situation that you need to take a very close look at or just something you need to be very well aware of, I'll give you some positives of it. It could just represent someone that's protective of those they love and the things that they value. So for some of you, maybe you have a certain protectiveness about you in this time. This could be a very secure energy too, where it's like, all right, it doesn't matter what's going on out there. I'm good. In my own bubble, I'm okay, which can be really nice. But at the same time, the Nine of Wands, sometimes it could represent rejections. Sometimes it could represent issues with communication, especially with what we see next. So again, not saying it's you, it could be somebody else, but we want to look into this further, that's for sure, because there's a lot of themes that we can connect to it. Now, in the center, we're moving over to our next nine. So again, with the number signs, synchronicities, maybe spirit's trying to send you signs, omens and stuff like that. We'll see if we get any more. But you don't have to really be an expert in tarot. And I always say this, when the Nine of Swords shows up, you don't need to be an expert to understand what this card means. We see this person, they're up in bed, hands in the face, stressed, anxious, nervous. They're really wound tight here. Now, for some Pisceans, everyone knows, and I say this as a Pisces rising myself, we enjoy ourselves some sleep. And when I see the Nine of Swords, I mean, we love exploring dreamland for the most part. Hopefully you're not having issues sleeping, because this is a card of someone that's either not sleeping right or they need to tweak their sleep schedule for whatever. But aside from that, it's like mental anguish. I don't want to use a word like anguish, but duress, where it's someone is like thinking. So for some Pisces, maybe there's something on your mind. Maybe there's someone you're linked to that's going through a bit of a tough time. This card I also link to the paranormal. So, I mean, your energetic sensitivity could be heightened in this time when the Nine of Swords is here. And definitely watch your dreams, because you could be having some very vivid, interesting dreams when the Nine of Swords is here. So we will see what that is. And again, it doesn't have to only be you. This could be someone else you're linked to. The Nine of Wands into the Nine of Swords could be a bit of a difficult situation to grapple with. However, moving to the back end, we have the Queen of Pentacles, and I love this card. To me, she's very similar to the Empress. So when I see her, maybe you're connected to an Earth sign. Remember, it's not gender specific. So Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, either any of those. But to me, she represents blessings, abundance, fertility, just all the great things that the universe has to offer. It's a very grounded, secure type of energy. So although we do have a little bit of issue going on, when I see the Nine of Wands, when I see this Queen of Pentacles, there's a certain predictability in the energy. There's a certain security here. Okay, for some of you, maybe there is a situation you just need to tighten it up a little bit or keep a very close eye on it, especially now that I'm repeating words like security multiple times, but that's fine. An issue that comes into play with the Queen of Pentacles is sometimes she could represent a stubborn energy. Sometimes she's an immovable energy. She could represent delays, but I'm not necessarily feeling it. I feel like she's a bright spot within this reading. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. Let's see what we got for Pisces, gang. My guides, talk to me. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Nine of Wands here. And if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Nine of Wands, what's up? Why is that 9 of Wands here? Thank you. Okay. Hermit in reverse here, huh? Okay. I'm getting a word in my mind where it's like a show of force. Oh, that's so bizarre that this is showing up. Now, for some of you, I feel like this is an energy that does feel a little bit aggressive, but the main thing I'm picking up here is there could be a situation, a serious situation of some sort that you really need to keep an eye on. Okay, either that, whether it's something going on with the people around you, whether it's something even going on with yourself. When I see the 9 of Wands, the skeptical energy with the Hermit in reverse, it's like, keep an eye on this. Like, don't let anything get by you. So for some of you, I feel like that could be the very simple message from Spirit saying, like, listen, just keep a very close eye on this. Like, you don't have to be actively involved. You don't need to throw your 2 cents in, but as long as you're aware or doing something about it, that's just how this is presenting itself. So yeah, this could represent a situation that is a little serious. Now, the Hermit usually in the upright is retracted, pulled back. It's taking a step back. When it shows up in reverse, it's coming forward. So I don't know why that show of force message came out in the beginning. I gave it because it was repeating in my mind multiple times. But when I see the 9 of Wands with the Hermit in reverse, it's like, yeah, no, you should definitely keep tabs on this. Or like, there's nothing getting past you though, which is also a good thing. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. I don't want to get like too muddied up there. Let's see what else shows up, because I feel like that's not the final resolution. And for some of you, yeah, this could be something arising too, like an issue arising. Because with that 9 of Wands and Hermit, it's like, here it comes. No, it doesn't. Let's see what the 9 of Swords says. Let's see what the 9 of Swords says. So that could be a little blockage. Okay, analysis paralysis. It's weird, like how these energies are just coming through and I'm just blurting them out like that. I don't normally do that in my readings. Now, the Ace of Wands in reverse underneath the 9 of Swords, there could be something where it's like, all right, well, you could do something about it, but should you? For another portion of you, inaction or delay of some sort could really be bothering you, because when I see all aces, I say they're opportunities, they're offers, they're also speaking. So I can see for some of you lack of clear communication or not addressing something. That could be a big issue for some of you in this time. But the Ace of Wands in reverse underneath the 9 of Swords, it's like, and what's happening? Nothing's really happening, because in the upright, this card is fiery. It's taking action. It's making moves. In reverse, it's not doing much. Okay, so when I see it under the 9 of Swords, like I said, it could be the inaction of something, or it's something not changing, where it's like, all right, this is bothering me. This feels a little stagnant. We're going to see how it all plays out, because I want to see if it's something to really be concerned about. But it's like, all right, well, you could do things to solve this issue, but like if you don't do anything, nothing's going to happen. It's like giving me that kind of vibe. So it's like, yeah, keep your eye on it, but at some point inaction is going to bother you, so you might be forced to do something about it. Let's keep moving. Let's keep moving, because I don't want to get too overly complex here. Just needless to say, both of these energies here up front, whether they're one person, whether they're 2 people, it's like this one is super guarded, super guarded. This one is like stressing out because nothing's really happening just yet. So it's like it could be 2 different situations, 2 different people. Let's see what the Queen of Pentacles has, though, because I've been getting a good feeling about her since the beginning, so I'm hoping that we get a positive outcome. But why is the Queen of Pentacles here? Thank you. There it is, the positive outcome. I felt it since the beginning. There she is. This is a breakthrough, my friends. This is a complete and total breakthrough in the energy. I love it. We got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright underneath this Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, she's Empress energy, blessings, abundance. So again, whatever this stuff is, the situation that you need to keep an eye on, if any of you are going through a rough patch, if there's anything frustrating you or not being spoken about, to me, it feels all very temporary for one reason or another. Because, I mean, the Wheel of Fortune, a lot of you know, it is expansive. It's Jupiter energy. It's very lucky. So it's like luck switching to your side, luck turning for you. And the thing with the wheel, it moves very, very quick. So when I see it under a card like this Queen of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, we got this problematic energy. And then boom, we have like this massive breakthrough or an explosive breakthrough, which is really, really nice. So I'm very happy that this came in on the back end of the reading, because if it was all rough, if I was going to see more delay, I'd be like, all right, Pisces, this might be something that's going to drag for a while. Not with this wheel. This wheel tells me there's a breakthrough of energy, like an aha moment, where it's like, okay, everything clicked into place. Now I understand why it happened the way it did. That's just how it's showing up here. So whatever situations you're dealing with, they're going that way for a specific reason. Let's go through and do a quick recap. I know there's a lot of stuff happening here, so again, only take what's yours. But if you kindly look in the box before we get into the shadow, position number 1, we're starting with the Nine of Wands and the Hermit in reverse. So I did say there, I said that show of force type of energy, you might have to get a little aggressive about something. But I also got a big vibe of a situation that's pretty serious that you should keep an eye on. If you don't do anything about it, nothing might change in the immediate future. I do see a breakthrough coming, but with the Nine of Wands and the Hermit, either it's something arising or it's something that, like, it's a serious situation that you need to keep an eye on it or keep tabs with it for whatever reason. Now, moving to the center, we have the Nine of Swords with the Ace of Wands in reverse. Maybe for some of you, you might just need, again, that message I said about sleep, like you might need some recuperation here. But to me, the main thing is someone like stressed and anxious and nervous about something not changing. The energy did feel a bit stagnant. So it's like these two energies are both wound up for different reasons. Like this one is just very protective, and this one on the front end is very skeptical and it's watching everything. But this one in the center is upset because nothing's changing, or nothing seems to be changing. Moving to the back end, we have the Queen of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. Boom. This is our explosive breakthrough moment where it tells me all this is temporary, and the energetic force of the universe, when we have the repeating numbers, we got an ace, we have the wheel, this energy is all moving towards a breakthrough moment, which I feel like is really fantastic, and I feel like it's extremely claimable. So Pisces, please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Let's get a good shuffle here. Let's see what we got for Pisces, gang and guides. What is happening? And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. Let's get it going here. Thank you. Two of Cups, nice. Nice. So the Two of Cups, obviously, all twos can represent decisions and choices, but the Two of Cups does deal a lot with interpersonal connections, soulmate, soul bond, soul connections. And I feel like this is one of the more positive cards that I see in the shadows. Now, I will say this for a portion of you. If you are going through any like romantic things, if you are going through any interpersonal things with friends or people that you're very close with, this being in the shadows does say that there could be some unfinished business or more things that need to be talked about or tended to when this shows up as a shadow card. Either that or someone's energy could still be affecting you in a subtle way. And since Pisces is a very sensitive sign to energies, this would make sense, this being in the shadows. But normally I see the Two of Cups as a very nice energy. It's a smooth energy, and especially as water signs, it's an energy that we like and that we can go with the flow with. So for a portion of you, maybe this is an important individual that's going to help whatever situation you're going through, which I feel like could be really nice. But Pisces, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the January subscriber surprise. If you would like to get a personal reading from me and get a little forecast for what 2025 has in store for you, you can check out my website and digital calendar at mastermetaphysics.com to look for availability. But for the January subscriber surprise, we are once again giving away 3 copies of the beautiful Everyday Witches Tarot. It's one of my favorite decks. And if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your main goal for the 2025 calendar year? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab as usual, my friends. Much love, and I'll see you soon.